And she was quite loud and noisy and really happy, and, you know, I was sort of taken aback not being used to this sort of behavior. And they were trying to, you know, the attendants were trying to like keep her quiet, and her husband was there, and he was like, you know, trying to, you know, kind of thing. And, but what I noticed immediately was that Arlene spoke in a different language than we do. Arlene spoke in a language that only Arlene understood. And it went sort of like this. Ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-da. Ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-da. Ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-da. 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 And of course, I was a little astonished. But what I actually noticed first was that she said this with a southern accent. I'm not sure if I portrayed it very well, but she truly did. And so afterwards, I spoke to her husband. I said, well, I detect a southern accent. And he said, well, you sure do. She's from Kentucky. And I said, oh, wow. Well, from that day forward, you could find Arlene walking up and down the halls, talking in her special language. And every once in a while, she'd belt out a song that she knew. I mean, very strange, but it was usually a country song because she loved country music. And it was generally a Tammy Wynette song. And her husband was one of the most devoted spouses I've ever seen come into our home in 3 years anyway. He came religiously every single day. And he would walk with her through the hallway. He'd come after lunch before dinner time, and they would walk up and down the hall several times, and they'd sit and talk places. But then they'd wind up in this garden room that we have, which is a 3-sided room with windows and overlooking gardens. Makes sense, eh? Anyway, but you can find them sitting down there talking in the afternoon right before dinner. And so this one particular day, I had gone down to the dining room, and Ed was talking to her, and he'd joke with her. And she'd speak in her language, and he'd answer her back in our language. And it's sometimes teasing, sometimes loving, sometimes, just joking around or whatever her mood seemed to be. But I had stuck my head in the door and kind of wanted to say hi and how you doing kind of thing. And they were chit-chatting, and Arlene said something to Ed in her language, and Ed answered her back, and she looked him straight in the eye, and she said, in her southern drawl, "I love you, Ed." All right. I've never really considered myself a Tammy Wynette fan, but I am going to do Stand By Your Man. Because that's what Arlene liked. Am I on? Maestro?